Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video I'm going to do a full face tutorial for you showing you how to eliminate the look of your enlarged pores using what I'm calling a mini bake. I actually had tried it right before I recorded my last bunch of videos, and in those videos I got so many compliments on my skin. People were like, oh my god, what are you doing? Your skin looks flawless, your makeup looks terrific. And so I really think that it was like this mini bake thing that I had going on that day. So of course I have to share everything with you guys because that's what we do here on Hot and Flashy. We are in a hot pursuit of looking as good as we can for as long as we can, and if this is a technique that can help you do that, then I am all over everyone doing it along with me. So basically what baking is, it's a technique where you put your foundation or your concealer on, and then you put on a boatload of setting powder. You let it sit there for like 5 minutes and then you brush it away. Your skin heats up the makeup and makes them kind of bake together so that it creates a flawless, smooth, porcelain-like finish. It's not new, I didn't invent it, but I did discover on me that it actually looks nice, that it actually makes my pores kind of disappear, and I love that because you guys know me and the pores this summer especially have been hating each other. I will tell you though that it is more of a dry feel. It is a little bit more of a powdery look, and I can't say that it's a cakey look because if it really was a cakey look I don't think I'd wear it and be happy with it. I use my holy grail product, so that would be the Chanel foundation that I love and the It by Pores powder. But you can use any foundation and any powder that you happen to have handy and that you love to do this. Alright, for this demonstration I am going to use my Holy Grail foundation. That is my Chanel Perfection Lumiere Velvet. In order for this to play nicely with my sunscreen, I have to use a primer underneath. This is the Laura Mercier foundation primer. She's got a number of them. This is just the standard original. Now this I just take about, I don't know, pea-sized amount, and I just rub that all over my face. I just pat it to make sure I'm getting an even distribution. And I like to rub it in both directions so that if it is going to help my pores a lot, that will help it to get in there. Patting also helps it to get in there. So I've just basically put it everywhere that I have put my sunscreen, because when I try to put my foundation directly over this sunscreen, it does tend to ball and pill a little bit. And we don't want that. It doesn't look pretty with foundation. While we're waiting for that to set up, I'm going to go in with my under eye concealer. Today I'm going to use the Lancome Effacerne waterproof concealer. I like it especially when I do the bake because this one definitely needs a powder to set it because it does have a little bit of a shiny look to it. And so for me, I like to set it. Also, that keeps it from settling in my creases. I apply that with an eyeliner brush. This is the Ulta pointed eyeliner brush. So I just pick up a little bit of that off the back of my hand and I just run it kind of along the dark side of my eye bag. And then I just tap it in with my finger. Other side. But I don't really do that big heavy triangle like the younger gals do because I do find that it does make my eye wrinkles look bigger, so I just kind of do the inner corner and the outer corner. Okay, so the under eyes are done and ready. The primer's probably set up, and so we can go in with the foundation. The color I'm using is Beige 30, and again I use the back of my hand for everything. I just put about 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. So we just take a little dab, and I work in areas because this does dry fast, but it is a dream to apply with the fingers. This is the only Holy Grail I found. I mean, there's things that are nice and pretty good, but this is like really, for me, the one. Just gonna put a little bit. This makeup alone just has already minimized the look of my pores, but when we do the bake, oh my gosh, any cream products should go on first because if you put creams on top of powders, it tends to get a little dicey. But if you're using powders, then I would go ahead and do the bake first and then put on the powder, contour, and blush afterwards, all right? So actually, I am going to do the little bit of cream contouring. I am going to use my NYX Wonder Stick, so let me just go ahead and do this quickly. I usually do a little cheekbone contour back here. I like to do my forehead. I just do like a little scribble. I try to make kind of a little heart shape in there, and my forehead tends to be really kind of wide, so I do that. And then if you have a little sagging at the jawline, you can do a little there. Do the illusion of bringing that up a bit. Okay, if you like to do the sides of your nose, you can do that. Okay, that is the easiest peasiest product that there is. I'm using my Artis Oval 7 to blend this. And this is just makes it so quick and easy to blend in my contouring. The best brush. Okay, now for the fun part. We're just going to take that IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder and the spongy applicator, and I'm just going to press it in there to pick up the product. I'm going to start under my eyes, and I'm just going to put on a fairly big, heavy coating of that. Okay, and this is kind of how I ended up discovering the cheek bake, because a lot of it went down under my cheeks, and I was like, hey, why can't I just put it where my enlarged pores are? So my enlarged pores tend to be right in here, so I bake there. I have some tip of my nose, so I bake that. You know, you don't want to do like the parts of your face that actually look good and don't have enlarged pores, so I have a lot right here in my 11 zone. I always call this my orange peel skin, so I don't like that. And then my chin, it's not so much enlarged pores as it is just like a ripply wrinkles from all this talking and moving my chin my whole life, so it actually helps with those wrinkles, smooth them out a little. So alright, there's my bake. It's messy, don't worry about it, we're going to brush it all off in a minute. While that's doing its thing, what else are we going to do? Let me show you the brush I'm going to use to brush it off. You can use any fluffy soft brush. This e.l.f. blush brush is a good one for it. Another one is this guy, my Beauty Junkies Pro Highlighter Brush. Another one that's good but smaller to use is the Real Technique Setting Brush is another good one. That one's a little smaller and stiffer, so it knocks it off a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Beauty Junkies Pro Highlighter Brush, and then all you do is just knock all this powder away. I'll do one area, brush it off, and then kind of use the palm of my hand to clean off my brush. You can also use a clean tissue. As you can see, it's slightly lighter, but don't worry, we are going to add in more products, so it's going to return to normal. Alright, I would put on a powder blush over this. I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores blush. This is a beautiful blush, and where it's made with the IT Bye Bye Pores powder, it also adds to the effect of smoothing out the pores. I use my Morphe E33 brush. I just kind of tap it, one side of it in there, and then I just pat it along the ridge of my cheekbone. This is the most beautiful color blush. It's just between pink and peach. It's very summery to me. I love it. It's very matte as well, so it works nicely with the mini bake. Okay, then we just need to add a little bit of highlighter because we don't want this to be so flat. It is a very matte look. I use my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. This one is in Opal, and it has a nice little doe foot applicator. I just apply it like at the top of my cheekbone, just in a little stripe there. You can also make it come kind of around the corner if you want. And then I just tap that out because I don't really want to disturb my powders that I've got on there too much, so I don't want to rub it. But adding highlighter will just bring glow there so that your skin will look, you know, more youthful, healthy, and glowing. And I'm just going to do a tiny bit down just the center of my nose. Don't want too much. Along the tops of my eyebrows. My chin, the center, I add a little highlight too. Not too much, just a little, very subtle. A little bit in the Cupid's bow. Again, you don't want to make that look greasy, just a subtle little highlight. And that's it. We are pretty much done. All right, so let's take a look at the before and after pictures and see how it went. As you can see in the befores, my pores are very visible, and then when I have on just the foundation, that's one of the things that I love about this foundation is it helps to smooth over the pores and wrinkles a little bit, and that is what I'm looking for in a holy grail. But then adding the bake on top, I feel like it just takes it to the next level. Well, yes, it can look a little cakey and a little powdery and dry in the super up close. I think from even the up close, it does look better. It does look more poreless, more flawless. So if you're looking for more poreless, more flawless, this could be a technique that you could use. I mean, I'm not saying that you would do it every single day of your life, like going to the grocery store, but you know, if your pores have been bugging you, it's a great little technique, and I highly recommend it. Thanks for coming along with me to do a little baking today, and I hope you found it helpful and informative. So thanks for watching. You know, I always appreciate your time. If you like the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up or even subscribe to my channel. So take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.